Great. So on your social media the other day, I saw you shared pictures of your flight home from the southern border. And in the caption, you explain how Biden's using our taxpayer dollars to fly illegal aliens all around the country for free. Well, free for them, not free for us. But talk to me about this situation, which only seems to be getting worse as Democrats benefit from it all.
Absolutely, and it's not for free. The taxpayers are, we're on the dime for that. And flying back, I was down at the border in McAllen with President Trump and Governor Abbott. And when I flew back to Houston, better than a third of that aircraft were full of illegal migrants that had come in, illegal aliens, that had signs that said, please help me, I don't speak English, direct me to my, it said bus, crossed out airplane, and they all had new clothes, new cell phones, free cell phones from what I understand. And quite frankly, I think it's just, it's so egregious when we're seeing exactly what is happening down at the border when this Biden administration continuously tells us there's not a crisis. There is a more than a crisis. It's a disaster unfolding down there. 321 dead people found. The cartels in de facto control of our southern border. 92,000 Americans dead from drug overdoses, and this is the result of this Biden administration border policies. Getting rid of the great policies that worked under the Trump administration, and now we hear that the very final Title 42. The final tool in their tool chest to stop illegals from coming across, Title 42 is going by the wayside at the end of this month, and we know that COVID is spiking. They're releasing thousands of illegal aliens into this country with COVID, and it is a disaster. It truly is. I think you need to question the integrity of the Biden administration, Joe Biden himself, Kamala Harris, the rest of them. Who could be allowing this type of thing to go on? Harming Texas citizens, harming American citizens, their property, and as I said, 321 dead people, migrants themselves, being found on this border. It's horrendous.
It's absolutely tragic, and I know yourself and a few of your fellow Republicans in the House right now are caught up somewhat in a showdown with Democrats when it comes to budgets, when it comes to appropriations and getting the money for the wall. Of course, we know the Biden administration trying to put the pause on that. Talk to me about this showdown and trying to get border wall funding.
Well, we're certainly not going to get border wall funding through the Biden administration. They're just simply, they've eliminated it, along with Remain in Mexico, the National Declaration of Emergency, and now Title 42. It's not going to happen. So I have introduced a bill, along with my Republican study committee colleagues, called the Securing the Border States Act. And Securing Our Border States Act, which is what is going to happen. One of the worst things that President Biden has done through executive order was to stop construction of the border wall. We know that border walls work. We know that illegal crossings in the California and the San Diego area out there were cut by 90%. We know that that in El Paso they were cut by 86% with the construction of the border wall. And now that they stopped this, these states along the southwest border, including my great state of Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and California, absolutely have to have barrier protection. They work, and the thought and the declaration, I should say, by Democrats that border walls are immoral, that walls are immoral themselves, is so ludicrous. It's a joke to even hear when we know that Ms. Pelosi herself lives behind walls, and I just talked about how effective walls are. So this bill, Securing Our Border States, will be a block grant program to circumvent the Biden administration. Block grant these funds, and when a border state on the southwest border asks for funding to complete the wall, close these gaps in it, close the gates that were left unfinished, and start saving lives and start helping the Border Patrol and the border authorities, that money will be available to help these border states and also to help the other states that, like Florida and North Dakota, Idaho, other states that are sending their officers down to help Texas prevent these illegal crossings, since the federal government simply will not abide by the law and by their own oaths of office. This is what this bill will do. And I'm hoping that we will get this thing to a vote. Probably unlikely in this Congress, but we can circumvent this Biden administration and secure our border with border barrier protection.
Congressman, thank you so much for all the pressure that you're doing to keep up on the Biden administration, especially as right now with infrastructure, with talks still ongoing, we're seeing Democrats trying to slip an amnesty into that. So, I mean, it's coming at us from all angles. So thank you for everything that you're doing on the Hill, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ms. Carroll.